Hi, and welcome to the daily reading for May 4th. And we're reading, as always, from Jesus Calling, Enjoying Peace in His Presence by Sarah Young. Beautiful book. If it's the first time you've come in to watch one of these videos, this is a very beautiful little book that jumped off the shelf asking to be bought last fall. So it was I was guided to do daily readings from it for every day this year. So anyway, May 4th. Meet me in morning stillness, while the earth is fresh with the dew of my presence. Worship me in the beauty of holiness. Sing love songs to my holy name. As you give yourself to me, my spirit swells within you till you are flooded with divine presence. The world's way of pursuing riches is grasping and hoarding. Oh, my eyes are flickering. It's very early today. You attain my riches by letting go and giving. The more you give yourself to me and my ways, the more I fill you with inexpressible heavenly joy. And this ties in with Psalm 24, verse 2, and Peter 1, I think, verse 28. I could be wrong on those, so my eyes are flickering back and forward. Again, if it's the first time you've watched the video, I gave up wearing my glasses mostly a few weeks back. And sometimes the readings are very easy, and other times my eyes fight for control. It's a bit like life and Jesus. They fight for control. You know, we think we're in control when we lose sight of Jesus, you know, talking of sight. And I think this year is about my own spiritual exploration of my connection with Jesus and my Christianity. So I had a birthday last month and I got my husband to buy me a cross. And I had one years ago and I wore it regularly. And then even after I stopped worshipping a religious God, I still wore my cross, and I've said the Lord's Prayer every day of my life since I was a child, since it was taught to me. And, you know, even in the years that I didn't practice Christianity, I was still saying the Lord's Prayer. So it's interesting. And if you are interested in the Lord's Prayer, there's a really, there's a great app called Insight Timer. And on that app, there is an Aramaic translation of the Lord's Prayer, and it's fantastic. So I would advise you to look that up. In fact, I might put the link into the comments if I remember, if anybody's interested. But anyway, meet me in the morning stillness. I try to do that. I try to spend quiet time. You know, I get up before other people so that I can have this quiet time with Jesus, with myself. You know, and that's where I kind of come at this. It's because I believe I'm connected to whatever, you know, created us. So in my understanding, it's God, and Jesus was God's son, sent, you know, made human so that we could connect with God. So we are all Jesus, and the Christ light is within all of us. You know, all the goodness that was in Jesus is within us because we are a part of each other. We're a part of everything. So meeting yourself in the stillness of the morning doesn't have to be formal meditation. You know, meditation is like you know, I can't meditate. Meditation is just sitting quietly with yourself, you know, in the silence and noticing the thoughts that come into your head, just noticing them and letting them go again. You know, it's like, oh, look at that one, that's bonkers, let it go. You know, you can invite them in, have a look at them, and then let them go. It's a bit like, you know, your non-favourite uncle arriving at the door. You sort of say, hello, come in, and you come. And then you don't invite him for tea. You just say, okay, then off you go now. You know, we've said hello and off you go. So you can watch your thoughts like that as well. And you can look at your connection with Jesus like that. The world's way of pursuing riches is grasping and hoarding. You attain my riches by letting go and giving. So it's not about grab, grab, grab and how much can we get. It's about how much can we give. And again, it's not easy. We're so focused in this Western world on possessions, money, how much is in the bank, how much will we need. And I know that the economy in lots of places just now, including Canada, is not the best. But I'm lucky. I have a roof over my head. I have food in the fridge. I have what I need. And I think we learn to need less as we get older. Well, I'm learning that I need less as I get older. I think there are people who are still doing the hoarding and the greedy. But anyway, my 5 minutes is up. So namaste. Have a lovely day. Bye now. Bye.